Well, I have good news for some people and bad news for some people. And I'm doing this because after a phone call going over the schedule for tomorrow morning at the VTH, it's going to be a little extra early start. And once in a while, on occasion, I like to stop at Dunkin'. I've got 5 dozen donuts to bring for the guys. So I'm going to be really tied up very early, extra early tomorrow morning. So that's the good news. All you pickle sniffers, you won't have to see me. I know you watch. You can't help yourself. You love to hate me. I'm glad I give you some pleasure in your life. Like I say, I'm a giver, not a taker. So there will be no Happy Thursday video. That's the good news. Now comes the bad news for some people. Two things. One, Sanford. I got a little update on something. He's yakking about how to power shift with anger. You gotta be an angry motherfucker. When you power shift, you gotta be angry. You don't be afraid of that. You just fucking yank it. Don't be afraid of breaking it. So the funny thing is, you didn't show how to do it. As usual. As usual, did not show how to do it. Sitting in the Jeep, it's not running, looking like Mr. Joe Hot Rod in a fucking Jeep, with a 5-speed, with a 4-liter 6-cylinder. Teaching people how to power shift. Then I hear the comments once again, people saying, hey, instead of fucking yakking about it, how come you didn't take the Jeep out and do it? How come you didn't do it when you took it to the track and, fell on its face? You know what I mean? How come you're talking about it? How come you don't show anybody how to do anything? And then he had his pickle sniffers defenders, saying that they can't wait for him to take it out and power shift it. Now the people are coming back with, yeah. Let's see how long that fucking transmission lasts. You don't do shit to a fucking Jeep like that. You know what I mean? It ain't no fucking hot rod. It ain't no fucking transmission. I know back in the day, I never had it done, but I had friends that do it. They used to call it pro shift, and they'd have every third tooth filed down. So you could pretty much just use the clutch to launch it, and then up at high RPM, and yeah, you had to really yank it. It would feel like it wanted to grind, but you didn't give up. You kept pulling, and you could pretty much run it through the gears without having to use your clutch, And even those transmissions didn't last very long. Then the Lenkos came along, the Doug Nashers and shit like that. We're talking, old school shit. You know what I mean? And the guys I knew that did that, these transmissions pretty much lasted one season, and they were shot. They were blown up. Sinkholes were fucking wiped out. It was a fucking mess. Depends what you want to do with a car. If you want to have to keep fixing things all the time because you're really abusing them, Your average street strip car use, you don't need all that shit, How many of these pickle sniffers ever had a hot rod, ever will, They're like him. They go to these grand illusions dancing in their fucking heads of what they're going to do someday. And like Sanford puts out his grand illusions with claims of what his cars are going to do, and they don't fucking do it either. That's why they get along so well, Say water seeks its own level, birds of a feather are dumb fucks together, So anyway, somebody else raised a fucking point. I had mentioned the Roadrunner. I scanned through a few comments in my video earlier. You think with that Roadrunner, if anything, wouldn't that be the car we'd want to really highlight and showcase? Something like that is worth looking at. It's not pristine, it's not but it's decent. Probably the most decent car he's ever exhibited on his fucking channel, and yet he seems to keep it hidden. You know what I mean? Or I've mentioned, somebody else mentioned, you're absolutely right, I do remember hearing about that. He devoted a video to how, how to break into a car and how to hotwire it. Teaching people how to steal vehicles. In fact, he even said himself, he brags on being a juvenile delinquent. He brags on being a criminal. Brags on himself, Maybe that's what his pickle sniffers is like. He likes to present like a bad boy image, you know what I mean? I'm above the law. Look at me. I can do whatever I want. He even said he never got through high school. He's a fucking he's worse than a high school dropout. He's a high school kickout. He bragged about how he stole a school bus. Broke into a school bus, hot-wired, and took it out for a fucking joyride and stole it, got caught and got kicked out of school. This guy that don't even have a fucking high school diploma or a GED, yet he thinks he's fucking Albert Einstein on fucking steroids, or he's a reincarnation of famous drag races of days gone by. It made me think, he was neck deep in a lot of shit. There's something called chop shops, a lot of his illegal activity that was going on there besides, losing his license and all his businesses and whatnot went down the fucking shitter. He was unemployable, and he was gonna have a pretty hard life in New York, you know what I mean, with no fucking opportunities. You couldn't even get a job at a fucking auto parts place, you know what I mean, delivering parts. Like, around there they deliver to garages, They don't have a driver's license. You can't even do that. You know what I mean? Couldn't deliver pizza no more. This badass 13.9 second Mustang. He bragged about that a lot. But yeah, and like it was proven on here. I'll say it because he said it on a video. Those that remember Nick the Van Man. I really don't know much about him. But he chirped in one time, say, Brian. In fact, he wanted to talk to me in private. And I said, well, listen, here, speak here or forever hold your peace. You know what I mean? And he came out of order. People started there. Tried suckering Nick to go there. And he'd be able to work on his vans and shit and have access to his tools and make it easier for him. And at the same time, he could help Sanford out with things, get him to do work for him, doing him a favor. He's doing Nick a favor by allowing Nick to do work for him, for free. And in return, he'll get exposure. He'll get to work on his vehicles and make videos on his vehicles there. Well, ain't that so fucking generous of Sanford, And I remember Nick telling me, he says, my first day there, believe me, he's still a junk man, potting and flipping cars and vehicles. And he says, you got a car. He says, hey, go over and do something to it. And Nick, I guess you got a guy that was going to buy it. And Nick noticed, said, hey, there's no VIN tag on this thing. Sam said, don't worry about it. Nick said, no, I am worried about it. I mean, if I'm going to be doing work on this, something turns out this car's stolen or some shit like that. And it gets traced back to here to me. And, well, that wasn't me. It was him that. I'm going to get blamed for it. No, that shit's illegal. Sam said, don't worry about it. See that car over there? It was all part of it. It's got a VIN tag on it. Go take the VIN tag off of that one and put it on that one. Nick said, I ain't doing that. Fuck you. And he walked out of there. He was smart. Sanford's already established a reputation of a lot of things that is commonly referred to as a chop shop. Somebody brought up a point about that Roadrunner. Said, hey, if anything, you'd think that would be a car we'd really want to highlight, showcase, do a build-on project on, with a Hemi, whatever, And it really wouldn't take much, to freshen the car up, I mean, aesthetically, body, ain't too bad. A little bit of rust at the bottom, shit like that. That green garden hose hanging on it. You know what I mean? A few trim pieces missing. I think they said something on the hood. It's got those two little bulges on the side of the Roadrunner hood where it usually has the emblem, 383, 440 Hemi. They were missing. A few little trim pieces missing. The interior bench seat was kind of fucked up. It's got a blanket on. But overall, the car was pretty much the most solid thing that would be the most desirable car that people would like and want to own and want to have. Especially even if it had, a very mildly reworked 383 in it, 350, 360 horse. That's all you really need, You don't even need to go hog wild with gear, a fucking 390 gear, 373, be all you need with that thing. It'll be respectable and fun and look good. To me, that would be a hot rod, Not according to Sanford. So it's kind of funny how he kind of keeps that thing hidden. He only showed it that one time. He says, you've seen it in the past when he's doing shit in his garage. You see like the side, the door, the fender. But you've never seen the whole car out in broad daylight and, walk around and see the... It's kind of funny. A car like that is what he keeps hidden. Don't make any sense. Somebody brought up a point. They said, well, based on his previous activity in New York, maybe there's a reason why he keeps that car hidden. I'm always speculating here. But sometimes, it doesn't take a whole lot to add 2 and 2 and come up with 4. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be a fucking genius to figure shit out. Could be maybe due to his past activity back in New York while he had a hightail out of there and all the shit he was neck deep in. Good possibility the reason he doesn't want to do that is if by some rare chance somebody comes across it on YouTube here and he's got it outside. Hey, look, I'm going to do a burnout in front of my house with it. I'm going to do a burnout with it, Somebody might look and say, motherfucker, that's my Roadrunner that was stolen here on Long Island back in 1988. That motherfucker's got my car. Just a little food for thought here. Okay? Now, 2. Hey, guess what, man? Something incredible happened on here. You won't believe this. You sitting down? A guy on here fucking around with a fucked up 4-door Bel Air 57 for almost a day to finally get it to start up. And then, you sitting down? When he finally got it started, it ran for like a minute before it conked out and died. Is that fucking incredible or what? Wow. Java, you are the man. Now I know why everyone's jealous of you. You know? Yeah. You need to let everyone know that you're so proud of yourself. You got to do something other people can't do. You know, spend a day fucking around with a car to get the startup run for a minute and then conk out. You know what I mean? But hey, that's a vast improvement over 10 seconds. You should be proud of yourself for that, right? Of course you are. You had to let everyone know how proud of yourself you are, being able to do that. That's why everyone's jealous of you, like you say. You know? But the best part is, it happened again. It happened again. Says Brian in the comments, someone left a timestamp. You know, you hit the timestamp and it goes to a particular spot in the video. Says Brian, he did it again. He's sitting in the car. He's sitting in the car and you can see out the windshield. And you see all the fucking junk in this fucking yard. It looks like a sitting dump. And he's in the show and inside the car. It looks all fucking trashish. It's all inside that car's a fucking mess too. While it's running, then it slowly starts chugging and chugging and chugging until it fucking dies. Says then he gets out of the car. The door's like partially open. When he opens the door all the way to be able to get out, the door's screeching and squealing like, you know, Yoko Ono was making a new fucking record. And then he starts like, ugh, he can't get out of the car. He says he fucking farts. He farts again. And then he starts grunting. That farting motherfucker. Anyway, so I'm quite sure these two guys I just talked about not going to be too happy with me. You know what I say to that? Other people will be very happy. You won't have to see me or hear me tomorrow. See that? I'm a giver, not a taker. You know what I mean? I do have a heart. I care about giving happiness to you guys that are pathetic pieces of shit with no fucking life. You know what I mean? That's why I'm Uncle Brian and you're not. So, fucking great, man. I love it. So anyway, no Happy Thursday video tomorrow. But, you know, now I'm kind of worried, you know. It's like 9-10 minutes depending on traffic to get to the VTH. And I got to stop at Dunkin', pick up 5 dozen donuts. I just hope that my car stays running longer than a minute. I'd hate to have my car die out after a minute, and then here I am sitting in my fucking car. I got 5 dozen fucking donuts. Fuck am I gonna do? Call an Uber, call a taxi. You know what I mean? And then, hold on one second. I got a call coming in. Okay, sorry about that. I had another update from the VTH with a reminder about something for tomorrow. Anyway, I hope it doesn't run for a minute and die and I'm stuck there with, I'm going to have to walk for 8 or 9 minutes carrying, you know, 5 dozen donuts. I'd have to call a taxi or an Uber and then, how come you're carrying all those donuts? You didn't drive it. Oh, you see that car on the road over there? That's mine. What happened? I died. Oh yeah? Yeah. But hey, it ran for a whole minute. Is that something or what, huh? Really? That's a major achievement, major accomplishment. I was able to keep it running for a minute. How about you? Okay. Have a great rest of the day today. Have a great day tomorrow. Have fun and stay safe. I'm quite sure more will come my way that I can save up for my weekly Happy Friday weekend review. Yee-haw! Roundup video. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day today. And I'll see you on Friday.